All right, welcome everybody to the Beauty Mind webinar. We are in Salt Lake City. So for the first time, we're doing this in person.
Together.
Wow, this is weird.
How's
Where,
everybody
where put my
doing?
hands?
I know.
Um,
I was like this, but with the wide angle, it's making me look like Gumby.
like this the whole time?
My arms are so long. Wow, I kind of like it.
Yeah. So today we're talking about healthy habits in and out of the salon. Before we do that, let's give them a little bit of a reason why we're in Salt Lake City, and I have some AI stuff to talk about as well.
So we are in Salt Lake City for our Beauty Business Masterclass. It's our first live event of 2025, and it's taking place at the Kevin Murphy headquarters. So we are so excited for this partnership to be coming and bringing this amazing class to the Kevin Murphy community, but also to salons all over. We have lots of people traveling in, and we're just so excited to meet some new beauty professionals.
Absolutely. We came to the Kevin Murphy headquarters, was it last year or the year before?
I think it was a year ago, October.
Right, okay. And what an absolutely beautiful space, and just the location, the scenery that we're even looking at these mountains. It's just beautiful. And I think that kind of sets the tone based on some of the mountains we're gonna like tackle tomorrow. And people are really excited about the class too. We did a poll to see what people wanted to hear most based on these services and products and different discussions that we offer. And business blueprint was one of them. Mindset was one of them. Social media, maybe the biggest out of all of them. And everybody is talking about AI as well. But how do you actually implement it? Some people are fearful about it. Some people want to use it but don't know how to. And some people are already using it, but maybe they're using it improperly. So those are things that we're going to be talking about tomorrow.
A lot of people are just resistant to it too. They're like, "Oh, we don't want the robots to take over, so we're not gonna use AI." And it's like you have to shift that mindset and just stop looking at it as a tool to hurt your business. Of course, AI has unfortunately taken from a lot of different industries people's jobs that they were used to. It has changed them, but we're really showing you how to be a beauty professional and use AI to help you make more money and to streamline your personal life and your business life.
Yeah, as a beauty professional, you're never going to lose out to AI because you still need to get, everybody still needs to get their hair cut done. Like I was thinking about that the other day. What kind of AI are they going to do to give me this fade? They're going to put something over my head and it's just going to go,
I don't speak so soon. I saw a robot giving eyelash extensions the other day, so I don't know. It's capable of a lot, but
yeah, and
you just have to keep pivoting.
yeah, that's the thing is like, yeah, evolving through this whole journey in this chapter of AI is it's coming whether we like it or not. And one reference that I hear often is about like the tractor in farming back in the day. When all these farmers, everybody had jobs and then they got a tractor and then that took everybody's job away. But then that also creates jobs as well. And we're seeing people that know how to like be a prompt specialist based on using ChatGPT and other AI platforms are making like hundreds of thousands of dollars because they know how to use it well. And the only way you get to use it well is if you study it or if you are a practitioner. And if you're not in the game right now, it's going to get bigger, and then that mountain, I'm going to keep on making mountain references. That mountain's going to keep on getting bigger and bigger. It's going to be even harder to climb. Just like when Facebook came out and people didn't want to get on it because it was only for kids and only for college kids, and then it eventually matured. Now it's only for like the older demographic, primarily the older demographic. Then Instagram, no, that's just for photos, videos, that's for kids. TikTok, that's just for dancers and kids. Everything evolves over time. So we have to get this mindset that allows you to get in the game, stay in the game, and stay at the forefront of everything. Otherwise, you will lose to AI.
Yeah, exactly. If you live in fear of what it could take from you instead of what it can give you, and that's with really anything
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, so the AI thing that I wanted to talk about today was a new feature on ChatGPT. When you think about AI right now, oftentimes people think immediately to ChatGPT, and we're seeing other platforms that are similar to ChatGPT. Google has theirs, etc. So we're seeing that like this is like the first model that's very prominent in everyone's day-to-day life, or the people that are using it and they're really loving it. Then we're seeing the flaws in it and people just posting whatever it says, and you can tell it's ChatGPT, which is a red flag. It's not good for you. And but there's some other apps that I'm really getting obsessed with. Perplexity is a powerful app that's like helping you pierce through the noise of all the data that's out there and give you some very accurate sides of the of different arguments, especially in this political time that we're in. But also um, some one of the ones that we're going to talk about tomorrow is how to really maximize your schedule. It works within your Google Calendar to properly schedule your day with mindset in mind as well. But going back to ChatGPT, there's a new feature today in the gym. What I focused on was using the chat feature of ChatGPT. Have you used the just talk to it?
No, I haven't.
So it's really amazing. It's the upgraded account. I think it's the 0.40 or whatever we're at now. But the chat feature allows you to have a conversation with ChatGPT in just talking to it, and it'll talk back to you. So it's not you typing. I had my phone in my pocket, I had my headphones on, and I was just asking it questions. Initially, I was asking it about the beauty industry to hear what the general consensus was, how much beauty professionals make in this day and age. Do you know what they said?
Probably 30,000.
30 to 40,000. Which is it true now based on the data that's out there? The people that we're working, would you say that's still true? Like the salary
There's
across
two
the
things
range?
to the $30,000 a year thing. Is the first problem is that unfortunately, yeah, a lot of hairdressers are only making $30,000 a year because they're not maybe charging properly, or they're not whatever they're not doing to achieve more than $30,000 a year. But the other problem is a lot of hairdressers are not running the back end of their business properly, and a lot of salons are not. So they're hiding a lot of cash. And so it's just making our industry look broke, and it's making it look like we aren't bringing money in. So something that I learned a long time ago, over probably shortly after we opened our business, was not to do that. Stop doing that. It is making it look like our industry is broke. Um,
And
you
it's just
know,
not good for
it's
it's not good for a valuation of your company, because
it's
if you
not
ever
good for
wanted to
that.
expand and people to come in interested in investing or selling, all those different things,
It's not good when you go to
yeah,
buy a home and your business looks like it made no money and you brought no money in. It's not good to keep things under the table because it stops you from being able to achieve things in your life that you need a successful business
it's a
to
small
do.
mindset. That's the small mindset way. If we aren't hiding the cash, we have the opportunity to leverage how much you're making to then make even more and get out of that 30 to 40,000
Yeah.
bracket.
Yeah. So we've got the $30,000 a year that some hairdressers are making. And then we've got the 30,000 that's basically what they're taking in on credit cards and what they were forced to, show for or whatnot. But unfortunately, they did bring more and they just hit it. So there's two different things to that. I mean, I've been in this industry for 18 years now or so, something like that. And I can honestly say that in my company, the hairstylists that we have brought in and we've hired mainly out of beauty schools and trained our own talent, most of the time, 30,000 is less than my level ones will make. So I'm really proud that our salon does not have that as a norm. That's definitely not a norm in our company. And I think that it is because we run our salon very like a business. There's no fluff. We've got policies, we've got, procedures that we go through, and everything is very by the book. So
Yeah, interesting. I thought you were going to say something to the fact of there's a lot of so many new people coming into the game every year that aren't making a lot of money,
it
and then
could.
maybe that kind of help
Yeah, I mean,
as
it could
well.
be
So
that, but the Google thing, it has said 30,000 for so long that I
right,
think that that is definitely, unfortunately, there's a lot of hobby hairdressers as well. And so those ones are only making probably 20,000 a year. And then the ones that are making, 60, 70, it's pulling it down.
yeah,
So
makes sense. And so so regardless, that's probably, especially if people are just searching to see if they want to get into the beauty game. Oh, I'm only going to make 30 to 40,000. We're here to come in and help restructure that. And that's what we're talking about at our Beauty Business Masterclass tomorrow, also in Vancouver later this month. And as we're getting more dates scheduled, because the way to make more money is an easy blueprint. It's not rocket science. And once we're able to communicate that and give you the tools to actually get there, it's changing lives. And we're so stoked about that. So I started off my workout with having a conversation after I listened to some how do you say it? Bon Iver?
I thought you were gonna say Bon
Bon
Jovi.
no, Bon I think it's Bon Iver. I think in my head I say it clearly. When I speak it out, I get nervous. But so I'm listening to that, then I'm like, all right, let me have a session with ChatGPT because I love moments to learn. Podcasts, audiobooks. Now this ChatGPT feature is absolutely huge. So we can use it for data in the beauty industry. But as you continue to develop yourself, to educate yourself about many different facets of this world, it's going to make you a stronger hairdresser because you're going to become more knowledgeable. You bring more to the conversations that you're having within your business, within your team, within your clients, and so guests. Sorry, and so I just wanted to start learning. So I what I started going down was learning about actually our great grandfather who came to Ellis Island in 1916. But we have this photo of him, and I wanted more information to understand his journey. So I'm gonna try it here, and let's see. We're going live, so we'll see what happens. But here we go. I have a photo of my great grandfather from the 1920s, probably, where he has a draft ticket in his hand. He came from Spain to Ellis Island in 1916. Do you think that the draft number was from when he was in Spain or once he got to America, even though he wasn't a citizen?
F number was likely from when he was in America as the US. Draft system applied to residents regardless of citizenship status. Since he arrived in 1916, it would be the US military draft that he was subject to, not a draft from Spain. It's a meaningful piece of history. Would you like to know more about the draft process?
So within the draft process, were people paid to take an earlier draft number?
Yes, during the draft process, particularly in earlier conflicts, some individuals were paid to take on a higher draft number or to act as substitutes. This was more common in the Civil War era, but similar practices occurred in World War I, often leading to controversy. Would you like to explore more about how this impacted service members?
No, let's change the conversation to life insurance. What are the pros and cons, and how should I get into life insurance initially?
Pros of life insurance include financial protection for loved ones, covering debts, and providing peace of mind. It can also serve as an investment vehicle, depending on the policy. Cons include costs, complexity of policies, and the potential for inadequate coverage. To get started, consider assessing your needs, researching different types of policies, and consulting with a licensed insurance agent for guidance.
So we got a little bit of everything in this one.
It's truly insane.
Yeah, so this is another opportunity where we can continue to educate ourselves. If you are a sponge and are trying to learn more about anything within this world, this feature is absolutely game changing.
No, because like if I was just like I want to learn more about something, but what am I going to do? Like I'm going to find an online course, I'm going to spend hours Googling, researching the internet, looking for information on something, or I'm going to just literally just have a conversation with ChatGPT and it's incredible.
Yeah, so I was listening. It was, what was it called? Like MTFR gene mutilation was something that I saw in an Instagram video. So I was like, oh, instead of going to Google, which right now, if you're running Google ads and doing AdWords and stuff like that, that price should shrink because Google isn't what it used to be. It's not shrinking, but because people are now going to ChatGPT for questions and not just going right to Google to look at like recent blogs and articles, it's not a great place to put your money anymore, especially if the rates are still very high for these Google paid ads. Now, so once I heard this word, instead of going to Google to look it up like my behavior used to be, that's what we're always paying attention to. How has my behavior changed? My behaviors change, so I know that everybody else's behaviors are starting to change as well. So when I go to ChatGPT, I said, "Hey, what is an MTFR?" Because I didn't know it. I needed the definition or more data on it. Went right to ChatGPT, literally GPT this one, and had a really long conversation, and then my mind started going. What else is on my mind? Oh, what about this? What about that? What about this? And now you get so much more information. Still, it's not, don't take it all for 100% truth. Like we said with the 30 to 40,000, that could be different. It's just like a general consensus, but it gives you a lot of information that you can kind of dig through and learn from. But in the future, it's just going to get better.
It gives you so much information that you would never have had before and that you would have had to spend hours researching the internet for.
Yeah. So for the rest of this class, what we'll do is we'll just say, let me see here, boom. And this is where it's at too. Let me show you this. Tap to activate. I lost it. Okay. So, what are some healthy habits that you could have in your salon?
Some healthy habits for salons include regular sanitation of tools, using eco-friendly products, and ensuring good ventilation. Encourage staff to wash hands frequently and take breaks to stay refreshed. Keeping surfaces clean and organized also helps maintain a healthy environment.
Would you concur?
That's facts. That is such a healthy habit. He took a healthy habit to a whole nother level too, because like
Great health.
it's not isn't just mentally a healthy habit, or it's not just a healthy habit, but he also took it another step in the health world.
So within here, so this is on the phone, obviously, but you have AI image generator, which we use a lot of AI images from this. Voice chat is the one that I was just using. Browsing chat is something. Operator, I don't know where operator is. I think that might be only for desktop. Operator is super interesting as well. We won't go too far into that because now we've segued into healthy habits, but use these tools. They're game changing, and you should be the one that's in there using it to tell the people around you, not the other way around. Don't be late to the party ever again. Start the party.
Be the party starter.
Yes. So, anything else in that world that top of mind, or should we go into the
No,
healthy
let's dive in.
habits? All right. So healthy habits. I mean, tomorrow we're talking morning and night routines and all of that. But one of the fascinating things that you've taught me through your learnings is habit stacking. And so I know today we're going to go 30 minutes total because we got to run, but so we got about 13 plus minutes, but let's go into habit stacking.
Yeah, so I discovered habit stacking probably about a little over a year ago. And I believe I was on TikTok. I found this girl, her name is Shelby Sacco. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. She actually lives in the same state as me, but I was just scrolling through and I found her. She ended up in my algorithm and it really inspired me. She talked a lot about habit stacking. And at the time, I was going through a transformative time in my life where I wanted to do more things, but I had zero time to do more things. I have kids and run multiple businesses. Here's Ashley with my coffee.
Hello.
Live and direct. Ashley, say hello.
Hi, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's see if she got my order right. She did. We're still friends. Anyways, so I was going through a transformative time in my life where I wanted to do more, but I had no time to do more. And I was exhausted. I didn't feel well. I had not yet discovered the cure to my migraines. So I was suffering physically, mentally. Felt sick all the time. And I really wanted to get back into the gym and I really wanted to start meditating and I wanted to do all these things. So I found this TikTok account and it really inspired me to get more into habit stacking and I took it and ran with it. So I made a list and like I said, this is a little over a year ago. I made a list of everything that I have to do every day. Everything that I do every day. So like I have to, wake up and get ready for work. I have to take my kids to school. I have to go into the office every day, work out of my salons every single day. So I have all these things that I have to do. And then after work, I drive home and I get my daughter ready for dance or my son ready for basketball and take them to these places. And then I listed the other things that I do, like silly things like drink coffee and, you know, all those little things that we do throughout the day. And then I made a list of things I wanted to do, but I don't ever do. And that was meditate. I didn't know a whole lot about meditating, but I knew I needed something to quiet my mind. So meditating was one of them. Get back in the gym was another. What else? Oh, I wanted to start listening to more educational podcasts, but I'm like, when I'm in the car, I listen to music. And I think that's like a mom thing. Like we've got to just like decompress. Like I need to detach from the kid, stuff and just like rock out to some music. So when I'm in the car, I listen to music, not a podcast. I know some people like to listen to them in the car. But I wanted to listen to more educational podcasts. I wanted to listen to some professional development stuff, some self improvement stuff and things like that. So I made a list of the things I wanted to do. So now I've got a list of everything I have to do and everything I want to do. And what you need to do is you need to make those two lists and then attach the things that you want to do to the things that you already have to do. So just an example, and I'll give you guys my what I have habit stacked in a minute, but just an example for like the average person. It's like you wake up and you make a coffee, right? Most people, if they're a coffee drinker or tea drinker, they drink that when they wake up. So if you want to start listening to podcasts, you can attach that to something that you already do, like drink coffee. So you wake up and you drink coffee and you listen to your podcast. Or maybe it's like you get up and you get in the shower, you put the podcast on while you're in the shower. So for me, this is what I did, and this is what I've been doing for the last year. So I've literally
Yeah, we're good. Sorry.
okay.
I saw something. I don't know why someone.
Yeah, this one has. Yeah, it's not letting multiple people view or something. Stand by. Can you edit?
Right here.
Increase limit. Let's just roll and then
We're good. Yeah.
yeah, let's just roll. Let's just live television, guys. So about a year ago, I feel like unlocked a new version of myself. And I still have the list, right? And so it changes sometimes depending on my life and what I have going on or from traveling and things like that. And I'm very intentional about how I spend my time. So my everyday basically now looks like this. I wake up and I drink a powder drink that I drink every single day. It's called Glossy. So I love this drink. It makes me feel really good. It is skincare in powder form. It helps with gut health and all of that. The problem is when I go about my day, if I don't have one on me, I forget to drink it and I don't drink it. So this is a habit. Drinking this powder drink is something I needed to develop so that I could see the results. So when I wake up, I drink that. So waking up is attached to the habit of drinking Glossy. And then I head to the gym right away. I literally roll out of bed and go to the gym. It's the only way I can make that happen. And I'll talk about how I fit that into my day in a minute. So when I get to the gym, I go on the treadmill and I like to listen to music while I'm on the treadmill so that I can get some speed and momentum and get in the mood. But then after that, I go over to the weights. When I'm weightlifting or if I'm on the machines or doing anything a little bit more of not so fast paced as running, then I don't mind listening to a podcast while I do that. I actually love it because I can, in between my reps, just kind of focus on what I'm listening to. So I went from listening to no podcast because when am I going to listen to that with kids screaming in the background to listening to one a day, which has been so incredible for my growth. So when I'm weightlifting, I attach that to now podcasts. I don't listen to crime any of that stuff. I can't put that stuff in my mind. I don't think people should listen to those kinds of things. I listen to things that will better me and help me grow. So I attach that to a personal or business development podcast. And then after that, I go into the sauna. I'm usually in the sauna for about 15 minutes, maybe longer. And I attach that to meditation. So going in the sauna is something I'm already going to do anyway. That's the thing that I already do. Attach it to something I wanted to start doing, which is meditation. And I usually, while I'm working out, I'll find like a good guided meditation to put on. I use Apple Podcasts for that. So I'll just search guided meditations and then I'll just pop one on as soon as I get into the sauna. And I'll do that for 15 minutes. So this whole entire process is from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. And by 7 o'clock in the morning, I have already done something physical, spiritual, and mental for myself, which I literally could not find any more time in the day to do anything for myself. And I was waking up at a normal time. I would say a normal time. I feel like most people, if they have to be at work at 9, wake up around 7, right? Is that a thing? Right?
Yeah, in a sense.
So give me a couple hours to get ready. And then I would get up, I'd get ready, get my kids ready, go to work, go to school, get them to school, go about my day, pick them up from school, and then they take over. It's kids' activities. It's, can I go to my friend's house? Can you pick me up? Can you drive me here, there? There is no more time for me to do anything. So I had to find that time. So I had to create that time in the morning, and that meant waking up at 5. So as much as that was crazy in my head, I needed to find the time for me. So I did that, habit stack my morning, and now every single day before the rest of the world wakes up, I mean, really, before the sun even comes up, I've done something physically, mentally, and spiritually for myself. And it just sets the tone for the entire day. I feel so much less resentment towards my day to day, like so much more resentment towards having to do everything. I enter the day with such a clear mind.
Yeah, because that's what one thing that we're really preaching is you have to do more, right? Most people don't understand how much hard work it actually takes to be successful. That's something, one of the biggest lessons of my life. And once I figured that out, then I was able to flip that switch. But as you said before, your life gets so busy, you got the kids and running things around, you got businesses, all this stuff, and you need more sleep, or you think that oh, I need to sleep more, I need whatever. Like sleep is obviously important, but you're like, I can't do one more thing. But you needed to add one more thing, which was a morning routine and actually pouring into yourself initially before the day even begins so that you can really be present and be the full person that you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And so what I'm hearing based on like the habit stacking, especially with the I mean for all of them, but especially with the meditation in the sauna, it makes so much more sense. Now you've really enhanced the whole experience in the sauna anyways. It's like that it's like you're in deep thought or in your deep meditation and really enhancing that whole experience. And so I absolutely love that. And one thing that I realize when I'm in my best zone is that when I'm listening to audiobooks regularly and podcasts and everything, I have so much more to offer to life because in conversations, it's wild. I don't know if you've had the same experience. Something will come up and you'll be like, "Oh yeah, well I just read this book," because and people are like, wait a second, how, you you have like a detailed understanding of this? Like, well, yeah, because I happen to read this book. But if you're in the game and you're reading these books and the ones that really stick out, you're doing it, you're bringing them into your routine again to refresh them. It just allows you to be a more developed person and allows you to make better conversations, better connections, but also live a better life. Because if you're making better decisions based on the knowledge that you've acquired through your routine before even the world wakes up, then that's that edge that you need.
Yeah. Something that I want to point out about my whole day is that people are so burnt out. I was so burnt out. We just live our day-to-day life, especially in the beauty industry, so burnt out because we serve people. So from the second we get to work, we are answering to not only our clients and the people that come in to see us, and we're literally passing energy with them because we're touching their hair and we're, providing, or their skin, we're providing an experience for them, and we're serving people. So from the second we get to work throughout the day, we're serving our clients. We're also serving our coworkers. We're answering to people all day long, and being a part of, if you're a part of a team or maybe you work independently, either way, you're just serving people. And then you end the day, hopefully not, but probably exhausted based off of the energy that you passed with your clients throughout the day. Maybe you had a client who was going through something heavy and they trauma dumped on you, or maybe you were just really busy, or you forgot to put somebody on your schedule. And so you triple booked yourself and you're exhausted at the end of the day. And then you have to go home. And if you do have kids or maybe pets, you're taking care of them and you're just constantly doing things for other people. You're making dinner and going about your evening. And then you end the day and you're exhausted and you're pissed off because people took from you all day and you didn't have any time for yourself. And so naturally, you feel like you should take things away. And I know that's based off of the conversations that I have every day with people. They don't feel like they have any more time to do anything. So they feel that they need to start taking things away. And really, for me, I did. I thought that. I thought I have to find time in the afternoon for myself. I need to stop doing something or go to bed earlier and stop maybe tidying up my house before bed because that's something I do every night. Maybe I need to stop doing that so that I can have a minute to myself. No, that wasn't the answer. The answer was adding more. So instead of taking something away from my day or not doing things with friends and family because I'm exhausted, I actually added 5, 6, so like probably 2.5, 3 hours to my day in order to transform my life and have more fulfillment, more clarity, less resentment. I'm no longer like resentful towards everybody I have to do everything for every day. I'm not frustrated and angry at the fast-paced life that I live. I'm not angry towards it because I've already taken care of myself in the morning. And another thing I want to add to that, another discovery that I had is that, everybody thinks I'm crazy for waking up at 5 a.m. or people who have never woke up that early or 4:30 in the morning, especially because I mean, I used to think that was crazy too to wake up before 5 a.m. People are like, you wake up that early? What time do you go to bed? I don't, I don't stay up late by any means. I usually am in bed before 10, maybe more like 9. But I was waking up at 4:30 in the morning and I thought I had insomnia because I'm like, I can't sleep. I'm waking up at 4:30 in the morning. Like, what kind of craziness is this? And I would go back to sleep. I'd wake up wide awake at 4:30, be up till 5, and then go back to sleep until 7, wake up at 7 feeling sick and exhausted, and then drag through the day. And I'm like, God, I'm not getting enough sleep. No, my body was naturally waking up between 4:30 and 5 because that's how much sleep my body needed. But I thought, oh, it's only that time. I'm going to go back to bed, sleep in. Your body doesn't go back into that deep sleep. It doesn't have enough time to. And so then you wake up feeling exhausted, which I'm sure people have experienced that when you
Oh,
take
yeah.
if I take a nap, I wake up feeling exhausted sometimes. So my body was just naturally ready to wake up. I don't even really have to set an alarm. I don't usually set an alarm. I just wake up when I wake up. It's usually around 4:45 and that's what time I get up. And that was just a huge discovery. I didn't need to sleep till 7. My mindset was telling me that waking up at 5 was crazy and I should sleep until 7.
Yeah. I had a similar experience with adding something when you're busy. Because I used to think like, oh, I'm so busy, I don't have time for the gym. When I'm busy now, because I've reframed everything, when I'm really busy or like burnt out or whatever, that's when I need the gym the most. That's when you have to make time for some kind of physical activity or some to decompress and de-stress. So when you have a structured lifestyle and you have a blueprint for how you want each day to go and you have intentional segments throughout your day, then you know what to stick to. Then you know when you're scrolling on your phone or you're falling off, you know that you need to that you're doing something wrong and you can start getting better and better and better at those things. So yeah, I think that habit stacking is amazing. I think having a structured day and knowing, being very intentional about habit stacking throughout the day is going to allow you to get more done, allow you to be more efficient, and allow you to be more wise in the future. So I
Because
love
you
that.
brought scrolling up, I'm just going to say the next time that you think you don't have time for something, look at your screen time.
Yeah.
You're spending 6 hours a day on Instagram. I think you have time.
Yeah, especially how are you spending those 6 hours on
Yeah.
Instagram? Are you scrolling? Or are you, you know, adding value? So,
Yeah.
so I know we're going to wrap up in a second. So that's out of the salon. I know ChatGPT gave us some inside the salon, but what are like 3 other habits I'm thinking about in the salon? I mean, I think being organized with like actually ChatGPT said that being organized with your
I'm gonna piggyback off something. I was talking to Ashley, my coffee deliverer this morning. She told me that she gets to work an hour early. She has a suite currently. She's growing her business and she's just hired her first employee. And she's like, I get there an hour before because I have to make sure that my towels are all set and that mentally I'm prepared for the day. She also texted me this morning here in Utah. She's just down the hall from me. And she said, I'm up at 5 a.m. because of you. Like I have developed a habit and here I am on a trip. She's not even really like working until tomorrow. We'll be all at class together. And she's like, I'm up, I'm ready to go. And we hit the gym together this morning. So once you develop those habits, you can't skip. Or like my son says, if it's okay to skip if you want to be average.
Yeah, it's okay to skip a day if you want to be average.
But yeah, so getting to work early. I think that in this industry, and I see there's a trend on Instagram right now where it's like, let's see who gets to work at what time for their 9 o'clock appointment. And it's the team members walking in the door and has a little timestamp of what time they arrived. And it's kind of like a joke that, some people get there really early and some people get there right before their client and some people's client beats them there. And that's great. I've been that stylist. I've rushed in. I had to, grab my coffee or maybe I had to drop the kids off at a certain time and that's fine. I'm not saying that you should always get to work an hour before, but that is a very healthy habit. To get to work before your client is a very healthy habit and a good amount of time before them because it allows you to prepare for the day, to set up, to be clear-headed and just get ready for the day. Another healthy habit would be I was going to say plan breaks, but sometimes it's just not necessary, but just to look at your schedule at the beginning of the day and know when you're going to take a little break, whether it's to like eat a little bit of a healthy snack or honestly, like hairdressers have to actually plan to drink water. So we're talking all day long and sometimes it's just like you're so busy and your hands are covered in color. So you literally forget to drink water until the end of the day when you realize you haven't drank water all day. So another healthy habit in the salon will be to have water with a straw so that you literally don't have to touch it. And so that you can make sure you're staying hydrated throughout the day and to just schedule yourself a little bit of a break. And sometimes that can even be between clients. And then I think a really important healthy habit is just to clean your station every single day after the shift, which is kind of common sense. But a lot of people just do a quick little put everything away. And I think the healthiest habit that hairdressers can start doing again is actually wiping their entire chair down, their entire station down, the base of their chair, everything about their chair, because time will go on and you will just never do it. And your clients see that. They see the buildup of products and things. It's really important to take care of your stuff. So those would be for me like the top 3 things that you should be doing in the salon.
Love that, because how you do one thing is how you do everything. And yeah, being very meticulous about that and intentional is going to make you better at what you do, make you more money in the future, and be happy while doing it.
I'm going to add one more healthy habit for
No, sorry, we don't got
teams.
time. I'm just joking. Go ahead.
For the teams, the salon teams. I think a really good healthy habit is to ask people if they need help because they will ask you if you need help when they are freed up.
100%. I love when I see people helping each other out at the salon or the barber shop. It makes it, because I've been places where that isn't the case and nobody's helping you sweep this or that. And it's just,
It sets the vibe for the
Yeah.
salon. Like the clients see it, they love to see the teamwork. And I just think that's a really healthy habit to show people that you got their back when they're busy or even when they're not busy. Like help them out, tidy up their station, go sweep for them or grab their towels that they're not using anymore. Because it's just really important to look out for people and then they'll look out for you.
yeah, absolutely. Amazing. Well, that
We
is,
are 8 minutes over our
Yeah.
30-minute. We can't stop.
you talk a lot. No, but
Hey.
yes, Beauty
Hey.
webinar, the Peanut Gallery. But yeah, that's it for our Salt Lake City edition of our Beauty Mind webinar. We'll be back Monday next week. I know today's our first time doing it on a Sunday, but we'll be back on Monday next week. And anything else? Any final words, Allison?
No, I talk too much.
You do. All right, y'all. Catch us on all social platforms, Mastermind Beauty, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.